I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media as well, after comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week.
Stephen A. Smith, ESPN guy, who's been waking up and he's doing some good work, and I'd love to sit down with him at some point. We played a clip of him from Fox a couple days ago. I think it was late last week, where he was talking about why black people will break to Trump, and why they are breaking to Trump, and why they've had it with the Democrats. Anyway, all hell broke loose because he said that. He never said that he himself was going to vote for Trump. He has never said that. All he said is there's reasons why black people are waking up. Well, the mob went after him, and Stephen A., who has made great strides in this, here he is giving an apology. And you never, Stephen, if you're watching, you never apologize to the mob when you have nothing to apologize for. But he did.
I wanted to touch on something that I made news about just a few days ago. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability is where everything needs to begin in this world. It's something I say quite often. I certainly never hesitate to hold folks accountable when mistakes or mishaps occur, so I'm certainly not about to run from it myself. I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media as well, after comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week with the one and only Sean Hannity himself. And I'm fully aware of the outcry that has ensued because of it. A lot of folks in Black America seem pretty pissed at me right now, from friends and loved ones to colleagues, contemporaries, and dare I say even the NAACP itself. Quite a few folks were put off, if not flat out offended, after my words were interpreted as associating support for Trump from the black community with all the legal issues he's facing. For that, I sincerely apologize. To be clear, my words were misconstrued. I'm stating right here for the record that my words were taken out of context, misrepresenting and depicting me in a way I found every bit as insulting and disrespectful as folks in Black America evidently felt about what they thought I said. But I'll own it anyway.
Okay, so this is super interesting. And Stephen A., I'm not going after you here, and I'd love to sit down with you, but your words weren't misconstrued. All you did, you never said that you were going to vote for Trump. You just laid out how there are reasons that the black community might want to vote for Trump as it pertains to the economy and crime and drugs and everything else, right? So you never said you were going to vote for him. You laid out an honest case. Your words weren't misconstrued, but the machine went after you. And I guess maybe you haven't been awake long enough, not woke, I guess you haven't been awake long enough to understand you don't apologize when there is no reason to apologize. Now, interestingly, I'm going to show you one more clip for this, because moments later, he sort of retracts everything he says because he kind of knows that he didn't do anything wrong.
The support he appears to be receiving in the polls was what was being discussed. 5 polls, count them, 5. Emerson, NBC News, Daily Kos, New York Times, and Rasmussen, all big national polls had Trump leading over the last few weeks. Plus, according to 538, recent local polls also put Trump ahead in battleground states. He's up 6 points in Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia each. Insofar as Trump gaining support in the black community, well, how about various publications with these headlines? The Chicago Tribune: this time Trump really does seem to be making black voter inroads. Why? The Washington Post: voters of color are shifting right. Are Democrats doomed? How about the New York Times? As black voters drift to Trump, Biden's allies say they have work to do. Axios wrote: big Biden bummer. New York Times Siena poll shows gaps with key demographic groups. Wall Street Journal: Biden loses support among black men. The Hill: Biden losing support among black voters in swing states. Why did I say all of that? Because I want to show you I didn't just open my mouth. I read, I listened, and I've seen a momentum shift, as we all have. Anywhere I appear, no matter my subjectivity relating to what I feel, is still going to be based on facts being presented into the stratosphere.
So I'm showing you guys that for a reason, because I think we all know people like that. People who are getting there, Then they get hit by the mob, and then they kind of go back and cower. And that's really unfortunate. And I suspect that Stephen A. Smith will get there. I know everybody, okay, Bill Maher may never get there. I think Stephen A. may by election time. But if you really are paying attention to what he did there, he apologized for laying out why the black community might be breaking a bit more towards Trump. He says his words were misconstrued. And then in the second clip I showed you, he just completely lays out why his words were not misconstrued and that, in fact, there is a lot of evidence that black people are breaking towards Trump.